I am Chisabira Henry, and I stay in Bulenga. I am a software engineer by profession. But I wasn't working my profession immediately after campus. I happened to look for a job and failed somehow. So I joined a certain company called Shakaina Wonders Africa, and we were dealing in produce. So majorly beans, we would pack G-nuts, we had maize flour. Yeah, that's what I was doing. And I started as a sales manager. Later on, I became the overall manager of Shakaina Wonders. It was really amazing the way I joined Fathers Arise. I had a friend, and this friend just invited me to join one of their movement, the church where they were fellowshipping from. And this guy tells me that you come to our church. I'm like, oh, at first I hesitated because I was not that person and I was actually contented where I was. But then later on, I had to give it a try. I'm like, let me try out their church. So when I reached there, it's where I got this man of God, Pastor Isaac. I met him at church actually. So after the service, he invites me to his office and he told me he wanted to have a dialogue with me. And he invited me at his offices, and that was Fathers Arise. So when I reached at Fathers Arise, that's to meet Pastor Isaac. First of all, he had to take me through because I came for the purposes of church, because he wanted me to join his church. I didn't know even anything about Fathers Arise. But then later on in the dialogue, I asked about the place where we met. Then he was like, this is an organization, it's an NGO, Fathers Arise. And of course, he had to explain the whole thing and the whole system. So after explaining to me, he told me even about the skilling. He told me about how this organization was really working with the society. Of course, it was really amazing. And I felt like, I think I would join them because it was really, really nice about to what he was talking. And amongst the skills he talked about, because me as a software engineer, we talked about videography and cinematography. Actually, we talked about videography and photography. And at some point, it lies within my course. So it pulled me. And I'm like, I think this is a good place to go. At first, I didn't drop it like immediately after me finding about Fathers Arise, but it took me time to decide on where to go, because where I was, first of all, I was not doing my professional. And it was also a challenge to me because I was looking at all the time I was in school and I'm looking at all my qualifications. I'm just wasting it. So when I came into this space, I felt like, yeah, this is a right place to go. So I had to drop, but it took me a period of time for me to drop the job I was working as a manager. So that's how I got interest for Fathers Arise. Pastor Isaac took me through the whole program. He talked about all the skills that were really, that those people, they were really training here. And amongst those skills, there was carpentry, culinary arts, there was also videography and photography. They were also doing music training and all that. So it was really, really, really amazing. And I can say that me joining Fathers Arise, it was indeed a blessing to me, because within me, there was something that really sparked that when I came into the space, I had something to entangle on, and that was videography, because I was enrolled in the videography class and photography. And through that, I have really learned a lot that even I didn't know about when I was doing my course. So Fathers Arise has really done me well. That's all I can say. So of course, I've learned how to take pictures, nice pictures that are really cool. And I've also learned to edit them and really do that, the great editing and using the softwares that are really up to date. I have learned also how to position lights before taking a photograph, the exposure, how to set the camera before take a picture. So I have learned a lot of things. At Fathers Arise as well, I've also learned how to relate with people, because where I was working, we had a few people whereby you have to be in your office, and everyone has to be in their office. But when I come at Fathers Arise, I realized that now here we have to be a family, whereby you be with people, you have to sit and you have to, to jazz and have conversations all together, eat together. So I have learned to relate with people. I've also learned how to handle people. It's because in Fathers Arise, there is also mentorship classes that has also taught me, mentally, about personalities and all that. So Fathers Arise generally has really taught me a lot of things. There's nothing that is really important than mentorship. When you're out there really thinking you're an entrepreneur, you are doing a lot of money, and you don't know how to handle that money, the stewardship and all that, on how to handle things. When you've not gone through that, you're just doing it for nothing. It's because at Fathers Arise, a lot is being taught, and it is really a pleasure for those who are at Fathers Arise, and in me inclusive. I would advise those people to come out, let them come and join Fathers Arise, because through them joining, they're going to have themselves trained these skills. They will go out there, they will become good fathers, because through this mentorship, you are taught how to be a man. You are taught how to handle things, how to handle people in the society. Of course, a lot of things, including business-wise. You can also talk about family issues and all that. All the things are being handled. So I would encourage them to come and join Fathers Arise. Yeah.